Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm James.
And this is the Dekahedron RPG Podcast.
Hi, James.
Hi, Joe.
How was your week?
Oh, I actually finally got to see the movie.
What movie? There's lots of movies.
The Dungeons and Dragons.
The Dungeons and Dragons movie. We should do an episode about that. That didn't sound rehearsed at all.
Isn't that what we planned on anyways, man?
It is. So this is episode number 56. We're reviewing Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. This is going to be a spoiler-free review because even though it's now out of the theaters, some people might not have seen it and they might be waiting to see it streaming or on video or whatever, Redbox, however they watch movies. But before we start, I do want to remind everyone that for the month of May, because this episode is going out on May 17th, so you still have time to send in your entries for our May giveaway, which is just tell us what your favorite gaming book is. And when I say a gaming book, I really mean a non-rule book about gaming. But, if you want to make it a rule book, I don't care. Feel free. You're still eligible. Just send that to us, and any of the feedback methods are all in the outro. They're in the show notes. They're at dekahedron.com. Again, send us voice feedback. Tell us your favorite movie. You'll be eligible. We'll be giving away one copy, and I'll send it to you no matter where you are in the world. I don't care if I have to eat some postage costs on that. Anyway, enough of that. So the movie, if we're going to review the movie, I thought we should remove the movie just like we did the cartoon and just go through the list of characters, because when it comes down to it, movies are pretty much all the same. There's some characters, stuff happens, and you get to the end. And what makes the movies different are the characters that the stuff happens to. I think this is going to be kind of long, so let's just get started right at the beginning. First character is Edgin Darvis, who is played by Chris Pine. Chris Pine, of course, is my least favorite Captain Kirk. He was my least favorite Steve Trevor in all the Wonder Womans. He and my least favorite Jack Ryan. Actually, Ben Affleck might give him a run for the money for the least favorite Jack Ryan. Edgin is a human. He's a former paladin. We'll talk about that more in a second. I would say if this were a gaming group, he would definitely be a player character and he would be a member of the party. What do you think, sir?
I liked him, but I don't know if there was someone better at it. He just seemed so laid back in the role, not taking the chances.
That's everything you have to say. Okay. What do you think his class was?
I'm going across a bard or a thief.
Yeah, so a lot of people say bard. I think the official Wizards of the Coast thing said bard. He didn't do anything bard-like, in my opinion. He's either a thief or, I think he's just a fallen paladin with no other abilities. Because even when it comes to fighting, he doesn't try to fight until, he doesn't really do anything bardy. He sings one song. So I think maybe he's just a fallen paladin with no other powers. He just happens to like his little loot or whatever. Next question. What do you think his alignment would be?
That's hard to say. To me, I'm a cross between neutral good and tendencies to lawful. But that lawful was hard pressed.
I am going to say that he's either chaotic evil or neutral evil.
What? Come on. What did he do that was evil within the movie other than the
no spoilers.
idea?
What else do you need? He makes entire living out of taking stuff from other people. And nowhere does he say that it was only people that doesn't deserve it. And that is an evil act in my world. So I think he's actually an evil character.
But in the beginning, he said he was only stealing from the rich.
So?
It's only the rich. They could afford it.
You're a rich person. You want someone stealing from you? You wouldn't think that's an evil act? Edgin Darvis. I did not like this character. Actually, that's a lie. I think I do like the character. I just don't think Chris Pine did a very good job at playing him. I think he's supposed to be this kind of charming, mischievous, almost like a Han Solo type rogue, right?
Yes.
But it falls flat. I found the same thing about Chris Pine's Kirk. He tried to play that character and he doesn't do it well. I think actually that the younger Hugh Grant would have been perfect in this role, but he's too old for that now. So that's it for Edgin Darvis. Next character on the list, Holga Kilgore, who was played by Michelle Rodriguez, who I have never seen in anything as far as I can recall. So I had to look her up. Apparently she's in all the Fast and Furious movies. I've never seen a single one of those, so that means nothing to me. Apparently she was in Blue Crush, which my daughter used to watch all the time when she was, very young and living at home. And so I probably saw her there, but I never watch the movie, which just happened to be on in the house, you know what I mean? And apparently she was also in the original Avatar as some character, but I don't think it was a major role. So as far as I'm concerned, I've never seen her before. I would say she was another party member, another PC. She was also human. What would you say her class was?
Oh, we all know what it is, barbarian, but I don't think they didn't solidify it, if you know what I mean.
You say we all know what it is, and then you say, but it didn't really come across. So how do we know what it is? I'm not sure I would say barbarian. I didn't see her do anything particularly barbarian-ish. I would say she was a straight fighter. What's your overall thought on the character?
I like the character. I would have liked to seen more of the fighting scenes, but there was not enough time in the movie. It was already long.
Yeah, actually, I like this character. I thought it was better played than the Edgin character. No complaints. Gave her a little bit of a backstory. I liked it. They kind of mentioned it and didn't lean into it quite enough for my book, but no, it was there. I really have no complaints. She played it well. It was a good character. I liked her. Her alignment, I would say neutral, straight neutral evil-ish. You?
Oh, I'm going with chaotic good.
Next character, Simon Ormar, played by Justice Smith, another actor I don't think I've ever seen before. Apparently he was in the latest series of Jurassic World movies. I didn't recognize him. Of course, my wife says I have face blindness, so maybe I wouldn't anyway. Another PC. He was a half-elf. Sorcerer is what they say. I 100% agree with that because there was no advancing magic from him at all. So, yes, I agree that he was a sorcerer. What's your opinions on Simon, sir?
I liked how it was played out. I liked the idea that he was not, what's the word I'm looking for? Convinced that he could do things.
It's funny that you liked him being inept here and you disliked the same thing in Presto in the cartoon series. I disliked it in Presto and I still disliked it here. So anyway, overall, I thought he was an okay character. He was kind of forgettable. Yeah, whatever. You could take him out in the movie. I don't think you'd be missing much. Next character, Doric, played by Sophia Lillis. Sophia Lillis, I did recognize. Sophia Lillis was the redheaded girl in It.
Mm-hmm.
The clown movie, the Stephen King clown movie in
Right.
It Chapter 2. Yep. But more importantly, at least to me, there was a show on Netflix called I'm Not Okay With This, which is kind of a teenage supernatural angst drama thing. But I actually loved that show, and she was the star of that. It was all about her. So whatever. Another PC, I would say that she was the last member of the party, so to speak. She was a tiefling, not my favorite race in the universe because I never played any of the editions with them, so I really don't know anything about them. She was a druid. Your thoughts, sir?
I love the character, but I will agree. I think she should have been there from the beginning. I loved the way they had the animal changing going through. I'm just wondering how that would play out in a real game. That's the one thing I'm wondering. And that seems to be what the movie was really sticking on, trying to get people into the game and into the different classes and races and everything.
Any movie is supposed to give you an essence of reality. It's not supposed to show you reality, right? When in Swordfish, John Travolta holds the pistol to whatever guy's head and says, you have 60 seconds to crack this uncrackable computer. And he does it, right? It's not really supposed to be 60 seconds, right? You do that for the movie to make it exciting. That's the essence of the reality. The reality is probably, you got a week or I'll kill you. And, but that doesn't come across exciting on screen. So you condense it down to make it exciting. So it's the essence of the reality. So I don't expect the game to be exactly duplicated. I expect to get the essence of the game. Doric, by far away, my favorite character in this entire movie. My only complaint, not enough Doric. There was nothing that she did that was bad. She was believable in every scene that she was in. 100%. I loved her. I would like to see more of her. And definitely pure neutral. She's just about herself and her clan and whatever. You said that you wish that she was there from the beginning.
Right.
The way they introduced her is kind of the way that, the lame way that you introduce a new character when some player's character just got killed and, you need to bring in their new one.
True.
I thought that matched the essence of the game. Okay, next character is Forged Fitzwilliam, played by Hugh Grant, who I can't list everything Hugh Grant's been in. My favorite role for Hugh Grant, he was a prime minister in Love Actually, one of my favorite movies of all time. But, you know, he was in 2 Weeks' Notice. He's been in everything. He's definitely a player character. And then the party got split. And so maybe he's an NPC now? Human rogue, maybe? Your thoughts?
I'm going to say more of an NPC than PC. Rogue, I'd say there is no class like this that I'm aware of. Con artist would be my first thought.
He doesn't have enough screen time to form any strong opinions about. I think there's supposed to be a couple plot twists that you're supposed to go, oh, I didn't see that coming. But I mean, they were
blatant.
Broadcast way ahead of time, and there was no surprise anywhere. I find that when they spring it on you like you're supposed to be surprised and it was telegraphed, that's just a disappointment. If they just say, yeah, you knew this all along, then that's okay. All right, next character, Zank Yendar, played by Regé Jean Page, who I've never heard of. I've never seen in my life. My wife said, oh, he's the guy from Bridgerton, which I don't know what that is. It's something that she and her daughter watch. Yeah, so he's that guy from Bridgerton. I don't know. He's definitely an NPC, right?
Yes.
He's like a GM more like, you know, he's that character that the GM is going to play and like show you what to do. To that end, he's kind of annoying, but he was well played. Human, definitely a paladin in my book, definitely lawful good.
I'll agree on all of them there.
Yeah, but he was a fun paladin and he was a fun addition to the movie. I enjoyed him. Your thoughts, sir?
Oh, I enjoyed him. My only thing is I wonder if he had to deal with when he was in the dungeon. I wonder if he had to deal with the attackers. Let's just say it that way in the past, and that's why he was so skilled at attacking all of them.
Next character, Kira Darvis. She is the daughter of Chris Pine's character, played by Chloe Coleman. If you saw Marry Me with Owen Wilson and Jennifer Lopez, she was Owen Wilson's daughter in that movie. A great show on Amazon is called Upload. It's about a dead guy. Whatever. Watch it. It's good. She plays his niece in a few episodes. Very minor character. But yeah, so that's who she is as an actress. Definitely 100% an NPC. Humaner for class, I would say that she's a commoner. She's absolutely useless in the movie. She's nothing more than a plot device. And it's kind of like they feel bad about that. And at the end, they give her something more interesting to do. But again, she's really a plot device and doesn't add anything to the film. In my opinion, your opinion, sir?
I'm going to be a little opposite from you. I agree she did not do much to the whole movie. I would have put her at maybe a low-level thief or something in that type of category. I put her more of the neutral good, but I think she made the movie with the ending, even though you're going to disagree with that. I liked her. The odd thing I find is how she got her magical necklace, and I won't do the spoiler on that. I just say this felt a lot like the original cartoon, other than the Dungeon Master popping out and handed it to her. Does that make sense?
All right, last character I think we're going to talk about, because we're running long and with this might even get cut out of the episode, is Sophina. She's kind of Hugh Grant's character's advisor, played by Daisy Head, who I've never heard of before. Apparently she was in Shadow and Bone, which is something else my wife told me, because that's a show that my wife and her daughter also watched. She was an NPC for sure. She was a human and she was a wizard. She was meh. You know, she was there. She did the purpose she's supposed to do. Nothing special. Your thoughts, sir?
I think she was a plot device, not well played, is where I'm going to leave it at.
I wouldn't say that she was either particularly well played or not well played. There wasn't a lot to work with there. I mean,
no.
Most of what she does is stand around and give looks.
And if looks could kill, she would have done it.
All right. Did you have something else to say?
I wanted to throw one more character in there because I just hated it. The fat dragon. Come on. That fat dragon just made no sense. You're outside of a drow city. That close to the drow city. That dragon would have been killed long time ago. And the use of it, I think they were just trying to get into the next movie by giving us hints of Underdark and Neverwinters and so forth. But I don't think the Red Dragon if we had cut that whole scene out, it would not have detracted from the movie.
The positive thing about the Red Dragon is that it is very much a silly little scene, like a silly little GM. I don't mean that in a derogatory term. I just mean, everyone has those silly sessions where everything's a laugh, where, there's something for a laugh, and it would have worked in that session of a game. So that's the impression I got, is that was the vibe they were going for that scene. All right. Overall opinion of the movie, sir. Like it, disliked it, greatest movie ever, somewhere in the middle? Let me know.
My opinion, I'm going to say it was a far better cry than any of the other movies they put out over the years. To me, I say you have to see it once, but it's not one that I would be watching over and over again like other great movies that I have seen in the past.
Thumbs up, thumbs down?
Like I said, it was a one-time see, so thumbs up.
So a lot of people... Actually, you said exactly what a lot of people have said in other podcasts and such, that this is the best Dungeons and Dragons movie, which isn't saying a lot at all.
No.
So first of all, I will say that a Dungeons and Dragons movie should be a great fantasy movie. So I'm not going to judge it against the other Dungeons and Dragons movies. I'm going to judge it against fantasy movies. So the worst movie of all time is a movie called Sorceress.
Oh, boy.
It was directed by Jack Hill, produced by Roger Corman in secret. Maybe possibly worse, or on par at least, is another one called Wizards of the Lost Kingdom. That one actually has 2 parts. Also produced by Roger Corman. Hey, Jason, are you listening? Have you done a series about Roger Corman yet? We could have fun with that. I mean, Sorceress, Wizards of the Lost Kingdom, Death Race 2000. I mean, there's more. Think about it. Anyway, so that's by far the worst movie. This isn't that bad. A little better than those were the other Dungeons & Dragons movies. This wasn't that bad. On the other hand, the best fantasy movies, Conan, Dark Crystal, Willow, Princess Bride, this does not come anywhere close to those. The 80s had those great fantasy movies. It also had some really bad fantasy movies. Ice Pirates of Yore, I think, springs to mind. And I would put it at that level. This was not a good movie. I did not think that this was a particularly good movie. It wasn't horrible. It was mediocre. So thumb firmly sideways. I did not think it was a great movie at all. Okay, I think we've said everything that there is to say. So James, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. And thank you, audience. Please come back again.
Yeah, thanks everyone for listening. I think this episode went a little long. Sorry about that. Please do send us your feedback. Let me know what you thought of the film. Let me know what you think your best and worst fantasy films are. Oh, maybe we should save that for another giveaway at some point. Maybe we could give away a DVD of this film when it comes out. Yeah, no one would want to enter for that. Let us know what your favorite and least favorite fantasy films are.
Don't forget to send in your favorite book for our contest.
For the giveaway, please do that. And we will talk to you next week. Bye.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Dekahedron RPG Cast. We'd love to hear from you. You can leave us a voice message by calling 562-774-2278. That's 562-RPG-CAST. Or by visiting sayhi.chat/Dekahedron. You can also email us at feedback@dekahedron.com. Links are in the show notes. For more information, visit dekahedron.com. Remember that Dekahedron is spelled with a K. Music is by Kevin MacLeod. Logos by Design Cat. Thanks again for listening, and until next time, keep those dice rolling.